This guy might be better than you think. This guy is probably better than you think. In fact, this guy might change the game in certain areas for you. What's up, everybody? I am Felra, sailing the seas of Raid Shadow Legends, here to talk about my guy Truath. Now, I did a initial test, an initial showcase when I first got him back in December. Haven't done a single piece of content on him since, so I figured that it's probably time that we, take a look. I've gone over, I've swapped his gear, I found out some stuff about him. Time to see what his kit can do, and is he actually any good? Now, it's worth noting I don't have any books on him, so that is something, and I still think he's actually pretty good. You want to know a secret? You can get Corrado for free, as well as Fane, Ugo, and Vergus right now. Here's exactly how to do it. Log out of Plarium Play and uninstall. Use the link in the description below to start a brand new Raid Shadow Legends account. Log in, complete the tutorial, and you'll find Corrado Fox Hunter in your inbox afterwards. As you level up, you'll also get Fane, Ugo, and Vergus. So don't wait. Use that link and start a brand new account right now. All right, let's take a look here. A1. Staff of Life Rip. Attacks one enemy, heals this champion by 5% of their max HP, heals this champion by 10% of their max HP instead if they have 50% HP or less. We all know I love heals on the A1. It is 5% max HP. A lot of epics even have 10% max HP on an A1 for an HP-based champion, and Truath, of course, is an HP-based champion. I'd like to see that as a full 10%, but it's a heal A1 regardless. He does have a counterattack in his kit for himself, so I'm not going to complain too much there. A2, Gaze Upon Me, 5-turn cooldown, 4-turn cooldown, fully booked. Attacks all enemies, places a perfect veil buff on all allies except this champion for 2 turns. Also places a counterattack buff and a 25% strengthen buff on this champion for 2 turns. Perfect veil is not only giving you the damage mitigation, but it's also making sure that the opposing team can't target your champion's under perfect veil, except with AoE abilities. So he's basically, it's like a pseudo provoke-ish kind of, right? He's going to have an AoE, perfect veil, counterattack, and strengthen. Of course, whenever he counterattacks, he's going to be healing himself, which is absolutely awesome. Kind of need the cooldown for this to be great. I'd like to see this on a 3-turn cooldown, to be honest, but it is what it is. Then here is the A3, and this, I think, is the highlight of his kit. Amius Infusion, 4-turn cooldown. It doesn't go to a 3 fully booked. Heals the target ally by 20% of this champion's max HP, then balances the HP of all allies. The HP levels of all allies will be brought up to the level of the ally with the highest HP. After balancing HP, places a 50% ally protection buff on the initial target for 2 turns. So this is an incredibly powerful skill, especially when paired with his passive. He's going to be, theoretically anyways, he's going to be fully healing your entire team, and it's a heal that can go through heal reduction. An HP balance doesn't actually count as a heal, so it can go through heal reduction, which is awesome. Then he's going to go with a ally protection on the initial target. Now, what you want to do with this skill is target the ally with the highest HP, because you want to heal by 20% and then balance to that ally's HP level. Unfortunately, that's not how the AI works. AI actually targets the ally with the lowest HP, so you're actually missing out on quite a bit of HP from the HP balance because of that. But regardless, you're still going to get a absolutely massive gain in your health across your entire team. The passive is also amazing. Decreases the cooldown of the Amius Infusion skill by 1 turn for every 10% of HP this champion loses. It's on a 4-turn cooldown, so somebody docks 40% of his HP, fully resets the Amius Infusion, brings him right back up to full health. As far as a relic goes, I don't have a relic equipped on him at the moment. I'm not entirely sure what would be good on him. Probably something that gives you HP as a main stat. Masteries, I started out at least going defense and support tree. Could go War Master for the counterattacks, but I think defense and support tree, just make him tankier so that he can live, keep your team alive, which is what he's designed to do. Make him faster. I think that's probably how you go with him. As far as gear sets are concerned, hold on, I want to see if I have a different, if I have a different shield. No. No, I don't. Okay, so we went with speed and pinpoint. I would ideally like him in a perception or like triple speed or something too, but we don't have the gear to make that happen. So 81k HP there, 2.2k defense, 281 speed, which is decently fast for PvE. It's not amazing though. And that's really all we care about. We care about his HP, we care about his defense, we care about his speed. We want him to be able to go fast, get off of those Amius infusions, stay alive, right? And the more HP he has, the bigger of a heal he's going to get for himself. And the more defense he has, the less damage he's going to take. Which, you know, considering his passive is kind of optional, you could do a very low defense Truath just to capitalize on this passive. The problem is you also don't want him to die. So you need a balance between capitalizing on the passive and making sure that he doesn't die. Where are some areas that you could use this guy in? Well, it really depends on where you get him in the game. Personally, I still use him in the Dark Elf Faction Wars Crypt. He's a phenomenal healer, phenomenal protector champ for the Dark Elf Faction Wars. I think anyone could probably use him there unless you have just absolutely busted Dark Elves or you have a much better healer than him for Dark Elves. But you can use him in a lot of the limited content. He does something very unique, which is that HP balance. And then, of course, you know, the cooldown reset of that really helps keep your team alive. What I like to do is I like to bring other protective buffs along with him. Like, I'll bring, like, Korugar Deathbell, for example, so that, you know, the HP balance actually lasts longer. We can get back around to it before the team dies. Mithrala is a super great example. I did a video recently on Dudan the Runic. You can use him all over in Cursed City. Might be useful for Amius. I'm not entirely sure about that, but he'll be definitely good for limited content. For Doom Tower especially, you know, we have an HP based room. Has it already come up? I'm not sure if it's already come up. Yeah, we have an HP based room. He'd be a really good healer here. We can put him and Noct together, actually. Noct can be our AoE ally protector. We could also put Korugar. Korugar is honestly maybe a little better. I don't know. Dudan would be good here. Yuzan the Marooned would be good here. Shayek might be good here. We can give a little speed aura as well. Let's see exactly what this team can do. Just since, you know, Faction Wars isn't open, I'd like to see if this team can clear. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and stick it on manual. So Truath is the fastest champ on the team. I like to open with the Perfect Veil. Just, you know, add a little bit of protection there. Now we've got protection from Korugar Deathbell as well. We've got sleeps and poisons there from Noct. Now it's crucial with Shayek to open with that A3. We want that block debuffs to go off. Now we are going to have a problem in that Brawlney is going to need to ramp his damage, and that could be a pretty big issue. But we're going to go ahead and ally protect with Noct, and then we're going to throw up the taunt with Shayek. Now we are going to be capitalizing on that HP burn as well. Sorry, the HP balance quite a bit here. Noct is actually quite squishy, believe it or not. And Frolney's not doing anywhere near the damage I need him to do for this. I'd really love to have, and that's the problem with this wave, is the block debuffs. So much of our damage comes from, yeah, we can't out damage these waves, right? We can't out damage these waves. Yeah, it bears repeating. Frolney is an arena nuker, not really a Doom Tower nuker. I find him that he's far stronger in arena for PvP than he is for PvE, mostly because of his passive, which ramps, but it resets every single round. So it's not like he can do a bunch of hitting early on in a wave. So there is that. One other place I use my Truath is in Iron Twins. Iron Twins on pretty much every affinity. I stick them in with Elva and Korugar, and they actually make a pretty nice combo. Elva will keep the team healed. Truath will kind of fill in any gaps with that HP balance, the Perfect Veil. Nice little filler champ. And then Korugar is going to do the protection to make sure Truath's HP balance goes along the whole way. Guys, do you use your Truath anywhere? Let me know. I also use him in Ice Golem Hard. He's very good for Ice Golem Hard because the boss does so much damage and he can just heal everybody right back up, right? Again, as long as you bring another protector, right? Guys, if you use your Truath anywhere, or if you think he's complete garbage, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I've been Felrus, sailing the seas of Raid Shadow Legends. I'll see you in the next video.